Good afternoon. I'm Michael Millar, and I'm with the Real Estate Communications Group, here representing the Illinois Real Estate Journal and the Real Estate Publishing Group. We're here in the offices of Shawn Mobley, who's the president of the Midwest region of Cushman Wakefield. And we're here to talk to Shawn about the year 2013 and what we can look forward to in the year ahead. And what we'd first like to ask you is, what are the areas of the industry that give you the greatest optimism as you look at 2013?
You know, I'd say there's a number of areas that give us optimism looking into 2013. I think it really starts with the capital position, the cash position of the major players in the industry. You know, whether you're talking about corporate occupiers who are users of space, investors who are suppliers of space, and the capital markets, debt and equity financing. All of these areas, if you look at these groups collectively, they're sitting on a lot of cash. And at some point, this cash needs to be deployed back into our economy. And I think you see corporate America, once they feel comfortable that some of these fiscal issues in the federal and state government to some extent are behind us, that money's going to be, people are going to be looking to grow their business. Investors are already out there. There's a lot of demand for high quality projects, and I know the REITs and other funds that have raised capital to deploy, they don't want to give that capital back. They want to invest it, and then we continue to be positively surprised on the capital market side on the cost and availability of debt. And the underwriting standards are still tight, so there's a lot of cash available and very positive terms for well-leased, safe projects. But even that's widening out a little bit, that there's cash available for value-add projects. So those areas that cash and capital markets conditions we feel very positive about. Within the users of space, there's this new transformation going on where you're seeing people take a different approach to how they use space. More dynamic. This is with the creative class of people. You're seeing more open workstations, less offices, a totally different look and feel, a Generation X versus the baby boomers, and so that's causing a whole nother set of projects in the marketplaces. Tenants are looking in more creative space, sometimes in more creative locations too. There's a whole nother set of buildings kind of on the outskirts of downtown that 5-10 years ago you wouldn't even think about as prime spaces for office. So that's generating a whole nother set of activity, so a lot to be optimistic about.
Now, are there areas that give you a reason to take pause?
There are, and I'd say, you know, if we have the same set of conversations in 2013 that we did in 2012, we're going to have a tough year, and that's it starts in Washington. It's the we got through the fiscal cliff. What's next? We have a debt ceiling crisis in front of us, and it seems to me, you know, they're trying to get to yes, but we spend a lot of time talking about no. And if anything happens in that area that could lead to any kind of a significant pause in our paying of our bills, anything along those lines, I think could slow us down and cause 2013 to look a lot like 2012, where you'd find all that cash that we talked about earlier remaining on the sidelines, waiting for a sunny day. Right?
Now, you talked about, you know, some of the positive things going on, and we had a groundbreaking just a couple of days ago for a new office building. You've got CRE that just moved in.
Right.
What are some of the other hot topics that we'll be talking about in 2013?
I think you're going to see a couple of things, as you know, just the announcement this week of McDermott moving to the new Hines development. So that's building one. You know, it's been 5 years or so since a new project like this has come up, and there was almost a couple that did, but they were canceled right before the Great Recession. I think you're going to see one, maybe two new buildings come up. The other thing that you're seeing is this, and this goes to my topic earlier of the transformation of the workplace for the creative class. You're going to see new projects. While they don't look like a brand new development on the skyline, it's buildings that are out on the south and west periphery. River North, I mean, whoever would have thought that River North would be the place to work that it is today? So you see freezer buildings being converted to office space, data center action. So there's a lot of activity on the in alternative use creative space. I think you're going to see more and more of that coming in 2013.
In 2013, if you had the chance to predict a headline or ask for a headline that you'd like to read, what would that be?
What would that be? I'd like to see in 2013 as the first year that the Great Recession is behind us. That would be my number one headline, that we've really, that there's a consensus that somewhere between the federal government and the tenants, users, and providers of capital, everybody went back to work. That would be probably my
that's a great headline.
The best headline we could get.
Well, Shawn, we'd like to say thank you for spending some time with us today, and it's been our pleasure.
Well, thank you, and I look forward to the conference next week.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.